Okay. Oy. So I think that personal development, and like you were talking, Austin, like we are on this journey of constantly growing, and taking action toward that growth is step number one. But I find that when we digest and take in too many how-tos, like you guys said, we stop kind of taking action. We're bombarded. We might not be doing anything about it. And I think that's where we also start getting a bunch of filters placed on us of how to do certain things, how to live what we should be doing. I felt like I had a breakdown this year. I was all Miss Productive and had my morning ritual and like was tapping into flow state and obsessing on it. And I had like, the 15 things I'm supposed to do every morning. And that completely broke down for me. And I had to find out like, where am I without my morning routine? And
Same thing.
That's a whole nother thing. But the how-tos, but what I think has helped me so much is, again, somehow this fitness, the physical training, taking care of your body. And actually, there's a quote from Bronnie Ware, the author, again, of The Regrets of the Dying. Oh, let me find it really quick. She had also said that from the moment that we lose our health, it's too late. Health brings a freedom that very few realize until they no longer have it. So taking our health seriously. My parents were in a very bad accident. My dad lost his right arm. We have a lot of health issues within my family, and even with my mom and my grandmother, like just seeing people. So keeping care, I think, of our health is first. And then the other one in creating this tactical part. What I find when my clients come to me is that they've digested too many courses, too many seminars, too many freaking books, and they're all over the place. They've completely lost track of like their why, their direction, what they are to create. They're trying to do like 5 or 10 different things. So I think being more intentional before we digest any content and spending time alone to process our own thoughts and ideas. So like Austin, you go on morning walks. I don't know if you're listening to podcasts at the time, but with or without a podcast, quiet time, even if it's walking or working out, just letting our mind be still without digesting a lot of other people's input. And I think just sitting with and really asking ourselves, like, what is freedom? Austin, on your podcast, you also talk about what number do we need to reach our financial freedom for us to quit our job? But then what is freedom for ourselves? Like, what do we actually want to do with it other than create more? Or like me, I thought I wanted to travel the world full time. I found twice a year is actually good for me. I like my house. Like I like being around my family and stuff too. So where before I was like, yeah, I want to travel full time. I have complete freedom. Why have I not taken advantage of that? And I'm beating myself up for that or feeling like, oh, I'm not doing as great. And I'm like, no, this is actually exactly where I want to be. But when I first started, I didn't really know that because I was just watching everyone else travel the world and have these glamorous social media feeds. So I think letting go of expectations, judgments, and comparison, mostly comparison, doing some sort of health practice. And I think, I know this is very hard for a lot of people, but some type of journaling or writing, even if you suck at journaling or writing, just sitting down. And when you write, it allows your brain to think and process slower than when you're talking something out even. And it allows your own thoughts to formulate. I think people can reach better awakenings and awareness of what's going on in their minds, the roles that they're playing. One of the practices I did in 2020 was The Artist's Way. It was a book by Julia Cameron, and it's very much geared for artists. But one of the exercises was writing every single morning, and you have to fill 3 pages. Doesn't matter what the hell you write. You can write your name over, or you can just say gibberish or just your to-do list, but you had to write 3 pages every day. There is so much crap that came out, and she makes you read back and go through it. And I noticed when I went from beginning to end, it used to be super negative, very sparse and sporadic. And then by the end, it was inspirational, it was motivational. It was almost like quality content to create like podcasts from or something. Like it morphed because I was able to get all that out and start hearing my own intuitions, or some people call it like spirit guides or the muse, or you're talking with God more. It's, you have this like co-creation experience. It's an awakening and it's awareness. So maybe that was way too much to go too fast on, but pick one and then start doing it and just see how it works.